Hey everybody, how you doing? So, bit of an update on the situation. So, for people that don't already know, a couple of weeks ago, my family was evicted from our rented property. It wasn't our fault. It was a no-fault eviction. It was a Section 21 notice, accelerated process, where they applied for the Section 21 notice and the Section 8 notice, eviction notice, at the same time. So basically, the Section 21 notice is a notice they issue. They give you a date and they tell you to be out of the property for this date, or they will evict you. They'll apply to evict you from the property. We got in touch with the homeless team at the local council straight away, and they said to us, don't leave the property on that date, because if you leave the property on the date they tell you to leave, you're basically making yourself homeless and we won't be able to help you. So what we had to do was we had to wait for the people to issue a Section 8 notice, which is a notice that they're going to evict you within a certain amount of time. And the council will only treat you as homeless once that's actually happened. Once it's gone to court and the Section 8 notice is live, then they can start doing things, and they did. And this is all credit to the homeless team. They really helped us out. So did the Derbyshire Law Centre. I've got to give credit where credit is due. They've been brilliant. But we're now in a guest house. We've been matched with a property, which is 6 miles outside of Chesterfield, and it's away from everything that we know. We can't get a property in Chesterfield because we have to accept the first council house that they offer us. Otherwise, if we decline it, we get put to the back of the list again, and we could be in a 2-bedroom flat for up to 2 years waiting for a house. And that's just not a thing, because we have William, our son, who has autism, and he needs his routine. And so we just, beggars can't be choosers. We had to go with the first choice that we were given. Now, this is the interesting part, right? And this is going to lead into something, trust me. The house we went to look at is a complete shell. There's no carpets in there whatsoever. There's no carpets. There's no cooker or anything like that. It's just a shell, an absolute shell. That's it. All our stuff is in lockup. We can't get that out until we get paid again. So that's what we're waiting for. We can't get the stuff out of lockup until we've got carpets and stuff like that down. So we've applied for a crisis grant from the local council to help us out to get a cooker, to get this sort of thing. And that sort of thing. So we don't know about it. We don't know if we've been granted that yet or not. So I'm currently out of work. So luckily, because I'm out of work, we're getting a bit more help because I'm on universal credit. If I was working, I'd be totally screwed because they wouldn't be giving me anything, which is shocking to me, to be honest with you, because you would think that your local government would try and help you out as much as possible to make sure your family is okay. But no, they just leave you on your own to deal with it yourself, which, to be honest with you, if I wasn't on universal credit, would have been absolutely screwed, totally screwed. Because we wouldn't have been able to afford anything at all. Anyway, I digress. So we went and had a look around the property. Property's really nice. It can be made really good, but it needs a lot of work and stuff like that. But that's nothing. I'll tackle that at the time. Anyway, we got onto the local Charlie's school because we said, look, we're gonna have to keep her off school. We're gonna have to send her down to her grandparents until the house is made habitable. It's not habitable for children yet. It's simply not. There's no beds, there's no carpets or anything like that. We haven't even got the gas and electric sorted out yet. So we said to school, look, she's not going to be in for at least 2 weeks until we get things sorted. School wasn't very helpful at all. This is Outwood Academy at Chesterfield. Wasn't compromising with us whatsoever. Basically just told us and said, oh, it's a education. We think about her education. She's got to be in school. And then she's absent from school for more than 10 days. Then they will treat her as unauthorised absent and will kick her out of the school. That's what we were told. So now we're having to keep our daughter with us in the house, which is not habitable for children. She's going to have to sleep on a camp bed in a sleeping bag on the floor with no carpets or anything like that, simply because the school thinks her education is more important than her home life and her well-being at home. These people have got it backwards. They're fucking idiots. As far as I'm concerned, it made me really angry when they said that. It really did. I was like, in 2 minds of whether I should just pull her out of the school because they were fucking idiots. Because obviously, to parents, our children's welfare is more important than, you know, education is secondary in this situation. You know, she'd be more comfortable at her grandparents, she'd be in her own bed, she'd have warmth and stuff like that, be comfortable and stuff like that. But the school has prevented us from doing that because we don't want to lose a school place. So yeah, thanks Outwood Academy at Chesterfield, you fucking morons. Okay? Anyway, I digress. So then we learn that illegal immigrants are being moved into the houses that were repossessed by the bank that were in our row, because there was a row of houses that our landlord owned. So there's now an illegal immigrant family in the end house. There's one round the corner, and this is what we think happened to us, and why it was an accelerated process is because they wanted us out of the house so they could put illegal immigrants into our home. So that's like pouring petrol on the fire with me. That just boiled my piss even more, knowing that these people, these complete strangers to our country, are going to go straight into a furnished house with everything, yet me, who's paid into the system all my life, paid tax on everything and stuff like that into the system, is absolutely getting nothing out of it. They don't have to apply for a crisis loan to get the stuff that they want. They'll just be given all that on a silver platter. They don't have to apply for anything. They'll be given absolutely everything. Yet my family, nothing. Got to apply for it, got to wait and have a decision made on it, and whether we can have a cooker in our house next week or whatever. It's just backwards. Absolutely backwards, this country. It makes me sick. It really does. How much this country has declined over the past 14 years. And it's not just Labour. It's consecutive Labour and Conservative governments that have done this to this country. They've destroyed it. They've wrecked it. Absolutely destroyed this country. I'm livid. I'm livid. Absolutely fucking angry about the situation that we're in. And it's like, well, this is my logic of thinking, right? So you can't go to a house that's not habitable. So why not just extend our stay here in the guest house, pay for our guest house here until we can get all our things out and get the thing set up? But no, you've got to be in the house on the date of the tenancy starts. Otherwise, you lose the tenancy. It's mental. The whole fucking system is broken beyond repair. It really is. It's just fucking stupid. There's no common sense applied to these situations at all. They don't look at individual cases and think, yeah, you can't move into that house yet because you've got a family. There's nothing in there. It's like moving into a derelict house. It's like, it's not habitable. If the council went round, if the environmental health went round to a house and found out there was no carpets, no cooker and no heating, they would class that as uninhabitable and stop people from living there. Yet, in our situation, we've got to move in. It's just fucking backwards and insane. The logic behind this is just mental. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's just mental to me. Really is. Having a bit of a rant today. Sorry, guys. Anyway, that's an update to our current situation. We're moving into the new property on Monday. I'll give you a tour of the place when we move in on Monday. We've been given no help with transport either, by the way. You know, everything that we had money-wise has been used in the move. We weren't expecting this, to be honest with you, because we were told when we first got into it that we'd be in this place for up to 6 weeks, which would have given us a chance to save a little bit of money up and, you know, be ready for any type of move. We're told we'd be in the guest house for 6 weeks, and then we'd probably be moved to a 2-bedroom flat where we would be waiting for the house to come up. So after they told us that, you know, we thought, all right, okay, that's what's going to happen, Mr. Magpie. Don't want any bad luck. Yeah. And this is the situation we're in now. It's unbelievable. No help with transport, so we've had to pay out for another taxi to take all of our stuff up to the new house, which is 6 miles away. We weren't expecting that either. We thought we'd be housed where we are in this part of town. But no, 6 miles out of town, in a village we don't know. It's fucking crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. This country. Anyway, I've ranted enough, guys. I'm sorry, you're probably bored about this. You don't want to listen about my woes and stuff like that. But yeah, this isn't a sob story, by the way. This is just me highlighting the issue, because you can't talk about these things, in my opinion, unless you've been through them. And there are literally hundreds of thousands of native Brits going through the same situation that me and my family is going through right now. And something's going to happen. I don't know what, but something's going to give at some point, because people just aren't going to take this for much longer, are they? Anyway, this is Vindicator, sign off.